And one of the things I tell people when they're maybe foreigners, when I interact with them and they ask me about a matatu, one of the things I tell them is that matatus are, if you're famous enough to appear in a matatu, then you're really, really famous. So I think it's a way of
Mm,
showcasing our artistic side, especially as a country. And having a game that
mm.
does that to me is something that really is really inspiring. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
Also
Mm-hmm.
bear in mind that matatus
Yes.
have gotten to the level whereby they're like a touristic attraction.
Okay.
It's the culture has grown so big such that it's like its own kind of unique kind of art culture that basically you'll find the peak of it in Kenya.
Uh,
You won't find matatu culture in any other place in the world except in Kenya
yes.
and the countries that we have influenced, like Uganda, like Tanzania,
Uh-huh.
and Uganda. Yeah, so
You,
matatu is you only find them in Kenya.
yeah.
Mm,
I've never been to Uganda or Tanzania, and like I've been to the border areas, and the matatu
mm.
seem like the normal shuttles for going to
Buses.
country. I didn't see like the
Yeah.
artistic side. I think they're pretty restricted in how they express
Mm.
themselves. So I think Kenyans fear our hard-headedness is what we
Yeah,
are able to do.
Kenyans fought for the matatu culture.
Yeah.
Several politicians, but they were according to the law, a
Mm-hmm.
matatu is illegal. You cannot put those stickers on the screen. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot do all those things. But when the people choose to have the matatu, the government cannot stop them. You've seen in Nairobi when they try to bring laws that curb the freedoms of matatu, the matatu strike, and
Yes.
the commuting is put into a standstill. So it's like Kenyans said no, they want matatus. And at this moment, I think it's very hard to separate matatu from from the Kenyan culture. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, with the
Mm.
donation campaign aimed at expanding the game with the new which new iconic Kenyan routes or towns are you eager to bring to the next to the game? Which new routes and towns? Because I saw you had I think
Mm.
Mombasa, Nairobi is definitely there. Which new routes and towns do you think people wanna attack? Nakuru, or maybe Eldoret, or maybe Busia.
Followed, excuse me, followed by Mombasa,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go down west.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, my targets are because I'm based in Mombasa.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Nairobi for only 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Never liked it. Too chaotic.
Ah, we
Came
watcha.
back to Mombasa.
It's too chaotic.
When when you're looking for money, go to Nairobi. When you want to live a quiet and cool life,
Yeah.
come to Mombasa. Yeah.
But Nairobi is not that
So
chaotic. Aki, I have to defend it.
Nairobi is very, I
Yeah.
assure you, if you come to Mombasa, you will never go back to Nairobi again.
Yeah.
You will never, if you want to live, come
Yeah.
to Mombasa, find a house close to the beach, and you live a good life, good quiet life. So for that matter, I will
Yes.
start with Mombasa,
Uh-huh.
and then followed by Nairobi. The plan is to have all the major towns um, represented in the game. That is like the the the, the, um, the plan at the end of the day, to have all the main cities, even the small towns. I'm gonna have to incorporate them. But
Oh,
for now, the first target is Mombasa.
okay. Uh, I think
Mm.
I have a special request. I am a man from Moranga, and I was requesting that my hometown be represented in this context. I was just requesting, Be- even if it's just it's not a big town, but it just
Yeah.
yeah, it just appear. Okay, when it comes,
Now that you've mentioned,
Yes.
Yeah, well, now that you've mentioned,
Yeah.
I might consider doing something about it.
Yeah.
But eventually, we're going to have a map of Mombasa with all those
Uh-huh.
major cities
Uh,
represented. Yeah.
I think that's that.
Map of Kenya, sorry, map of
Yeah.
Kenya with the major cities represented. Yeah.
So somebody can be able to go from Mombasa to Nairobi. Nairobi then maybe goes to Meru, does a lot of work, and then I think apart from
Yeah.
I think apart from I think there's iconic routes which we have. I think they are. I am personally, I've lived there, like Thika Road. Thika Road, I think it's an iconic route. Jogo Road.
Yes.
I think Nyali Bridge is an iconic route. The Nyali to Bombolulu. I think I'm not sure. I'm not.
Yes.
Ferry.
Yeah,
Ferry.
ferry Bamburi.
Yeah, the ferry Bamburi and then Kengeleni area. That I think those are
for Nairobi. It is 58, 23. Pandora. Number 9 Isili.
Somebody saying Thika. Thika is not iconic, Baba.
Yeah, there's some routes in Nairobi which if you don't produce a route for them, it's gonna be chaos.
Yes.
Because those are like the very famous routes which also have very beautiful nganyas. Yeah.
Yes. I think that I think yeah, even from Rongai people, even though they are not Nairobi people, we still acknowledge them as part of the diaspora. I think I'm really excited for that.
Rongai is almost like number 1 route, by the way.
No, I don't. I doubt that. I think the number 1 route is Thika Road.
Almost.
I think it's not. It's Thika Road, then Jogo Road.
Not 58. Yeah, 58. Yeah, Jogo Road.
Jogo Road, yeah, Jogo Road, and then now we can start talking about Rongai. But Thika Road is everybody is going through Thika Road because Thika Road, Githurai, Kahawa West, people from Allsops, people from Garden Estate, Muthaiga, Mathare, Juja, Kiambu, Juja guys, even Kiambu guys pass there. Thika guys, yeah, I think the number of vehicles passing through that route is very, very I think it's a major road. I think we can't live without it. Yeah. So when you remember also.
Go ahead.
Okay. Remember, I am a massive Jogo Road fan because that's where I live. Yeah.
Shauri, where do you live? Shauri or Jericho or
yeah. I don't have the martial arts expertise to live in that area. Yeah.
So you live in Donholm or Buruburu?
No, I stay in. You have to go through Jogo Road, then Kangundo Road. Kangundo Road. Yeah, wacha tu tunyamazia. I might be robbed by one of these people who wanna listen. At Utaring. No. Sky Hero.
Also South C and South B. South C and South B also they do have.
Yeah. But I think the gentrification of that area has led to a lot of, the richer you are, the worse matatus you have in your area. I don't know what to do. The correlation with that. Yeah, so I think their days as heavyweights has really been declining, and I think I can attribute it to their lack of the increased gentrification of that area. There are a lot of people with the cars, so matatus are not that important. Yeah.
They don't like, especially you've noticed every time someone buys a vehicle, he begins to hate on matatus.
Yeah.
The moment he buys a car.
I suffer from the same hypocrisy when I am driving. I hate matatus. When I am in a matatu, I hate the drivers. Same case when I'm in a motorbike. I hate every other driver on the road. But when I'm in a matatu, I hate motorbikes. I find myself hating depending on my situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
But by the time your vehicle breaks or has issues, you will again love the matatu, which will get it in a really quite fast.
Okay. Okay, for example, now we are going to speak about the customization. When it comes to customization, I think customization is a very important aspect of Matatu culture, and I was asking about if uh, what what kind of new skins and graffiti and local music integrations do we expect to see once you have started making the changes? For example, in this car, we can see that there's a lot of graffiti. We can hear the mix inside the vehicle. We can you can feel like you really feel the matatus when you
Which,
get near
sorry.
the stage. You can even hear the conductor saying, "Get in, beba, 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 get in, get in, get in." You can feel like this is truly a matatu. So what new things do we expect in terms of skin and local music?
All right. First of all, the
Yes.
version you're playing, I don't know where you got it from. It's an
This,
old version.
yeah, this is a very old version, and I
This
think
is the,
there's a new version. So if you're watching, remember there's a new version. Nivile, I have been
yeah,
having an issue with downloading it, but there's a new
it's all right.
version. Yeah. So guys, please, please, please
The-
go and check the new version. This one is a pretty old build, but I'm just using
mm,
just to illustrate what I'm expected to say. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Um, so talking about skins, because
Yes.
it's key for tattoos
Yes.
and music.
Yes.
Um, the game has support for adding your own music and putting and connecting your own favorite radio station.
Okay.
But that feature has not been activated yet. Some features are going to be available on this game so that I can be able to rebuild it to meet the PlayStation
Requirements.
upload requirements. Yes.
Okay.
The game itself is about 30 something GB.
Okay.
I'm talking about the game plus all other bits. However, Play Store only supports a game that is a segment of a game which is probably about 1 GB.
Okay.
So I had to break down the whole game into something quite small for it to meet the Play Store requirements. And then those other elements of Matatu, for example, more skins and more vehicles, they will be available on demand. It's like there's a new skit,
Yeah.
So yeah, so that is how I'm planning when it comes to things like skins. Uh, for
Okay.
some vehicles like these,
Before you continue, I was asking if this for the skins, will
yeah.
we get to see some relics? There are some iconic matatus that currently are not yet. How do I put this? Zilichapa, not
Okay,
as
like
famous.
the
Yes,
classics, things
yes,
like Boy Child, things like
yes, yes, yes,
Catalyst,
yes.
Soul, yeah, yeah. Those matatus from I began working on this game like a long time ago, like 10 years ago.
Yes.
So most of those old matatus already have them. If someone goes to Zawadi Games on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to see most of those vehicles. They are going to be available. Also, new vehicles are going to come. The plan is to make sure almost every matatu which is cool is going to be debuted or represented in the game. One thing I'm avoiding is forcing one matatu to look like another matatu by using skins.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so most matatus will come with their own skins, the way they look with their shape. If it is, let's say, if it is Soul, you're going to get Soul with its skins,
Yes.
like Soul the way it is. You want to get another matatu that looks like Soul, and then force its skin to look like Soul. So it's going to be matatu. However, the community can still create their own skins on any matatu. I will make that feature available
Okay.
so that the community can trade, because every community would love to trade and do business online.
Yes.
They can still make their own skins and they can trade or show them off.
I think that's really good because you're making iconic matatus I really want. I would like to own in future. I want if I can have those skins and the customizations, they can be really
Mhm.
impressive and in helping me at least fulfill my fantasy of getting to have a matatu. Additionally, we you haven't
There's that element.
okay. There's that element.
Sure, go ahead.
No. Just continue. We
The-
then
the-
this was a change of topic. There's that element.
There's something very important for the people who play Matatu games or follow us who are developing Matatu games. I know there is that level of detail they want or
Yes.
authenticity they want in the game.
Yes.
At this level, you shouldn't expect it because we are building a platform where which can hold the authenticity of the Matatu culture.
Mm-hmm.
Tukishapata game, once the game is stable, the game is running, it's performant, and it's okay, then now we can start to see how can we make the routes look very relatable. How can we make the matatus look very relatable to the original?
Okay.
How can we make the people who are moving around the game feel like the common Nairobi mama you can see moving around with a hoodie and gumboots and a coat,
Mm.
you know?
Yes.
So those authentic elements of the game, guys should not expect us to meet them at this point. You're asking us to work on details before the frame has been put together.
Yes.
So for now, you will see, for example, the streets, they don't even look very realistic.
Okay.
It's because we want to make sure the game can run in your phone. Then we
Yeah.
can see what we're going to be able to balance information regarding authenticity with the on
Yeah.
details.
I think people tend to notice that uh mobile. Mobile is a very it's not a powerful platform, especially for Kenyans. When you go abroad, maybe most people have iPhone at least. In
iPhones,
Yeah,
sure.
iPhone is a very popular device, but in Kenya you find that Android devices, especially from Transion companies, the Transion devices. When I say Transion, I mean Infinix, Techno, and Itel, are the most popular devices
Mm-hmm.
being used, and they tend to have processors that are not are not that strong to handle high stakes graphics. So they will find
Yeah.
the cheapest phones. They use the Unisoc. Then the slightly
It's
with
very
four.
little.
This phone I'm using, I'm suffering with 4 GB RAM. I am really suffering
Mm,
with 4 GB RAM.
yeah.
I am really suffering. I have tried. I've tried adding more RAM. I've tried adding. They tell me it's expanded. By you creating a light version with this almost the same as the PC version is really impressive in my view. And for guys to have the same experience on mobile is just insane. I don't know how you do the optimization, but it's just crazy. We are playing games here
It's
which are not
the most
optimized at all.
expensive. It's most expensive thing. It costed me 2 years
Uh-huh.
to see the high quality games you see on my YouTube to look the way it looks.
Okay.
2 years, you can imagine, just to clean up the code. So that I can be able to accommodate guys with 4 GB because they also want to play. And that is like the biggest pool of guys with phones who play games.
I think very few people have 6 GB RAM currently. I think 4 GB is the most popular. At least we have gotten from the 2 GB versions and 1 GB versions of
Yeah,
phones.
yeah, of course.
Those were killing us.
Yeah.
The multitasking was
Mm.
horrible. Even right now, the multitasking is Kenyans in the. I think the good thing is that the availability of cheap chips have allowed for more at least more stronger phones. But in the next maybe 4 or 5 years, I think that's
PC.
what. Yeah, I think it will
Yeah.
be there. I think yeah, and then Android.
I think in the next give it another 1 year because it's only early last year
Yes.
everybody was having a 2 GB phone. Early last year, or maybe let's say I think maybe 16 GB.
Yeah.
So I'm sure within 1 year we're gonna get big phones in the market.
Okay. TikTok. Who might not be a hardcore gamer? I see Mary here. Mary is not definitely not a hardcore gamer. How does their donation in this campaign help you grow the local creative and tech industries? How will their donation feel that there's my 50 shillings or 100 or 200 is going to help in boosting this gaming scene? How do we do that? How do we how does their donation help? How will their donation help? We're trying to make them understand.
So I'll give an example of my situation.
Yes.
When I'm working without financial support,
Yeah.
I have to raise 1.5 million every year, okay,
Yes.
to keep me working on this game. So that means I have to do job, raise money, and also find time to sit and work on the game. If we were able to raise 25K,
Yeah.
right,
Yes.
within 2 weeks, will have me, okay, I will just quit my day job and focus on building the game.
Okay.
So when I'm solo, I have to raise the 100 or 200 per month, which I need to sustain myself, for example.
Okay.
But when the community, when I send it to Zawadi, there is something that contributed something.
Yeah.
So if the communities raise 50-50 bob, which is like ni pesa kidogo, si pesa ambayo inaweza kuumiza mtu, to me it's gonna be huge enough to keep me focused on making sure people have what they need. It's like kama ni matatu mpya nimezitoa, I could even hire a small team to help, working on the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that culture of raising small funds and people accessing the game for such that developers like us, how small it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A brick is still part of a house. You can't build a house without the brick. And no matter how in the audience, that it's you can go to a place
Give it like another 1 week or two.
I'm that can be used in enhancing the game. I'm that can be used in enhancing the game. So guys, download the game. Make sure you comment. It's really easy. I'll show you while after the interview. Okay. Additionally, you have been getting a lot of feedback. Speaking about feedback, you've been getting a lot of feedback recently on the game. So, which is the most surprising or hilarious feedback you've received from Kenyans who have played the current version of Ma3 Simulator? What's the funny? I know you have been getting a lot of funny feedback. I also get a lot of funny feedback. Give us one. Hello. Yeah.
I've been pretending like they don't see problems. So they really never give me problem feedback. All of them, they say, it's nice. So sometimes it surprises me. It's like, it's their issues.
Yes.
So I think maybe the most surprising comment I get is like, it is nice. They never tell me problems, yeah?
They never tell you this route, maybe this matatu we need to fix here. They never report the bugs. They tend to have more like a positive feedback all the time. There is no
Yes.
or
It's like now you have to force them and tell them, please tell me the bad things. Tell me what I should fix. Tell me what is wrong with the game. You just go to the comments. Just end up a comment to see someone says it's a great. I know it's good, and I appreciate when someone says it's a great game, it's nice, it's coming up nice. But sometimes it's okay to say, all right, this is what I see, and you could do better in 101, 2, or you could do better if you focus on like your attention on fixing this and that, So people have been very positive. They have not been like yelling at me saying takataka, things that things that you see on Steam. If you go to Steam, you see horror.
Steve, I saw a comment for a game on.
Do not hearing a lot about that. Or Kenyans won't buy your game. Or Kenyans won't contribute. That is like the surprise that I've had. The feedback has been mostly positive. Even when I make mistakes, they've been kind enough to just let it go and speak motivating things. Also, the fundraising that we conducted recently, which was very successful, raising 25K in 2 weeks, to me, it was also a surprise. And it's like, I didn't expect this. Yeah. I hope that answers like what really surprises me in terms of feedback.
Nice.
I don't have like something like very dramatic to say. Someone said that was very surprising. The most surprising is the positive feedback I've received from the community.
Kuna mtu hapa, there's somebody who has said, so unataka bad reviews. There's nothing like a bad review. If there's a difference between being abusive and being a critic. Let me tell you how being a critic is. For example, you can say a critic will tell you, this game is really good. I have an issue with the game. When I drive, I find it a bit wobbly because the driving physics is not. Can I get at least more realistic? You see, that guy is already telling you what they're saying, and they're suggesting maybe a good review can show in. Build again, make sure it very happy at least Kenyans are behaving.
I've never received, since the time I started building games locally,
No.
I've never had any person who was, even those who did not agree, the stuff I see on Steam, was someone throwing words that would be very demeaning or demotivating. That is like the shock, which has been like, okay, I expected to have mixed reaction in terms of harsh words or good words, but I have never, for the last, had anyone becoming abusive, throwing bad words as a way of giving feedback to this game.
Yeah. I'm proud of you, Kenyans. Building a massive open world game locally is a huge challenge. What specific technical roadblocks will these community fans?
They'll help me carry out experiments on how I can be able to put up a large map with long distances, and make it run on phones.
Okay.
The map you're looking at is huge.
Yeah, I think it's 6.4 kilometers. I can already see the route. And
that is the route.
That's a very large map. Yeah, that's a very large map. Yeah.
If someone plays ETS 2, it's like driving from Birmingham to UK.
Yeah.
That is 20 something kilometers. It's like from Nairobi to Mutitu. No, it's like from Mombasa to Voi. Or anyway, it's between Nairobi and Mombasa,
Yeah.
That is the size of this map. And it runs on Android with high performance. That is the request that the community were asking me, can you build for us large maps?
Okay.
And this map you see here is a testament of a success towards that request from the community. Now you can get the matatu and drive for a long distance and enjoy driving around. So those funds are going to help a lot. I have more time focusing on carrying out tests, improving the visual quality of the game, and providing more content for people to have fun playing with. Yeah.
And it will be uploaded, and you'll get to enjoy the latest version of the game. And especially if you are trying on Android, the Android version is really, really nice, and it has a lot of great features that you can really try. And please, Courier and anybody else, please, your feedback when you download on geo.io is really important. Come and say, I want this one, you can improve on this one. It's really, really nice. Another question is, beyond the new maps and vehicle skins, what other core features of the program that this funding directly help you build or improve?
Currently, the basic setup of a matatu or a bus game has been completed. So you can drive, you can pick passengers, you can do that kind of stuff. The next in line will be working on abilities. Abilities is a feature you find in games whereby the more you play the game, or if you acquire some particular items, you are able to perform certain tasks. So I want to add abilities whereby if your car is new and clean, passengers will react to it that way. In a certain way.
I think that's a great. I think I was talking to somebody with my Q&A about that. I was like, or
Yeah.
maybe you can do you see a campaign where you start with maybe a van, a beat up van, then over time you improve it by doing the routes, doing the missions. Then over time you buy a passengers one. Yeah, I think we can do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the things that when you add in a game, they give that working on, because the basics of that working on, because the basics of the game are set. The basic features you find on a bus game, they are already in place. It's a matter of testing and bringing them up. So the funds which I'm going to be getting on the campaigns, I will start focusing on such things like abilities. For example, the version that you have to play today that did not make it here, when you start on that stage where you started, if you have a pararira, you know those horns, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you begin
I
to
hate them
play
when
those
I'm
parariras,
when I can tell you.
they want like Honda, you know. So when you play those ones,
Yeah,
yeah, you see, yeah,
when you play those
yeah.
ones.
When you play the horns,
Yeah,
unajaza gari, unaona, ukiwa na
yeah,
pararira unajaza
yeah.
gari inajaa. So if we are playing, if we are playing multiple is dirty. If a vehicle is dirty, that matters. Many young people to get it into all right,
Yes.
become a little bit more alive. There will
Okay.
be things you can.
Yeah. And guys, if you're watching, please like the live, share the live, and please go on Jua.io and try out the game. I have a question that you finally you recently won the Mwanzo Award. How does this community crowdfunding campaign build on that momentum to push gaming onto the global stage? By the way, congratulations! I did not know you won the award, and I think I think we are going to do a lot of work, especially on your other games. I really like the survival game. I just keep playing it. Yeah, I really love it. I think congratulations on this one, on winning this award. So how does it build on the momentum that pushes Kenyan gaming onto the global stage?
Yep. The way I see it is, it's not just Kenyan gaming. It's like it's not just Kenyan gaming, but like African gaming. We are still on our infancy.
Okay.
Yeah, there is really very little we can show to the rest of the world. And once my first target is to make sure that the local guys, first of all, enjoy the game. Because if the local community enjoys the game, even the people who are attracted to African stuff, they will look into Africa and they will find fun things that they can play. I'm sure they do. They do come and look at what is happening in Africa. Unfortunately, it's like there's nothing. All right.
Yeah.
Of course, there are people. We can see African games being played in a global setup. It's PUBG, and I mean,
Yeah, it's
stuff.
foreign stuff. Yeah, and I usually find it. Yeah, I know it's. I feel like a hypocrite, but in the back of my mind,
But
I'm
it's there.
usually.
But
I'm
it's like
usually.
it's what you have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's what.
it's like it's what you have. You know, it's
Yeah.
like when I want to play, the first thing that comes in your mind is okay, PUBG itanibamba hii weekend. Najua futa pia itanibamba. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ukithink about Ma3 Simulator, it's like ile game ijaisha. Tumengoja 10 years. So we need to get to that level whereby the industry standard on our African games.
Yeah.
No, and you see, those are the guys get grants and they have the funding. But us, we don't have. That is why this crowdfunding thing, what wachukulie serious. Mkiona say, and I put effort in doing something.
It was so, and then try. And then over time, people were trying, the budgets improved, the quality improved, the appeal improved, such that uncle, you lack taste, banner. What is this thing? And I was like,
You
2003. This guy was hotter than any other artist in Eastern Africa. I think to book him was nearly other artist in Eastern Africa. I think to book him was nearly
Yeah,
a
because
million, and it's only a
because
million, and it's over
there were
time.
no artists. You're just starting. Yeah.
Yeah, we are just starting. Isas, the Amanis, and the
Mm.
kleptomaniacs. You see that they build and they continuously improved on themselves and their work, and the quality
They do
kept on
better.
growing.
They
Yeah,
do amazing.
yeah, and it kept on growing and growing and growing, and our appetite for good things will keep on increasing. So when you support these games, you're like speed running that process instead of us waiting all those years for this thing to the skill and the everything to and the funding to reach us, especially the funding, because the funding, these games take a lot of money to fund. We can, as a community, we can assist our developers to reach that level faster by this crowdfunding. And I think that's a very good important aspect of I think we have touched on. I really think that's very, very important, and I think it will really push build the momentum. We need to maybe produce our games that compete with these AAA studios, because right now any game can go viral for any reason. Somebody maybe does a game, forgets it, then maybe, and then somebody, a streamer from US, tries it and then finds the game to be appealing. Then all of a sudden you have reached virality, and maybe even you didn't know. So it's just, if your game is good, people will find it and people will download it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. My next question is, why did Zawadi investor funding maybe offering shares, maybe going to a publisher and offering them the owners? Why didn't you take maybe a similar approach where you are like, we'll share you subscribe the games, EG. It's on YouTube. This is where you find the development. I think you do devlogs where you,
Recorded videos,
yeah.
but sooner or
Oh yeah,
later,
yeah, yeah. Streaming. I think that's okay. I think you can see it now. So this,
yeah,
you can see this is a different version compared to what I am currently. I think right now I think they look a pretty realistic.
of course, the question you asked earlier regards on its of course, the question you asked earlier regards on its the question you asked earlier regards on its infancy.
Uh-huh.
The development is in its infancy,
Okay.
and getting we'll be a little bit reluctant to put an investment on a market which has never been tested,
Nice.
to a developer who has never, which have not been, which have not been once been implemented. It's like you are approaching a publisher with no numbers,
Okay. Yeah.
They don't know if the African community is going to buy the games, because this type of games will first of all have to be enjoyed by Africans before the West. And then when it comes to the issue of revenue, we are all stuck, because nobody knows what this could turn into. Maybe after I do the publishing and we have something on Play Store and we can have some makes a year, then it can be much easier to sit with a publisher and strike a deal, because we'll be having numbers. Right now, it's difficult. So I hope that answers the question you asked regarding.
To answer, seeing wale ni Russia, then even though they maybe they give you a parachute, even if it's a silver one or a golden one, you feel that I by being there and understanding this
The business structure.